Alright, you guys, so today we are going to be cleaning Jeremy's bedroom. I'm staying here for a couple of days. We went on my birthday trip, and anyway, I'm gonna tidy up his room. But that's not his stuff. That's my stuff. That's my stuff. Let's see, that's his stuff. And that's our stuff. Anyway, he does a lot of stuff for me at my trailer, so considering I made some of this mess and I've got the time, I'm gonna do it too. So anyway, let's get to it. So when I first got over here the other night, Jeremy's room was messy. I added to it. I thought it was going to take a lot longer though to clean up in here, and it was just mainly clothes and a little bit of clutter. I definitely didn't help, but I'd come over straight from work and I was all pooped, and then we left first thing the next morning. So to go do my birthday stuff, which was amazing. Let's see. So on to the specifics. Most of the mess in here was just Jeremy's clean clothes, and he'll be the first to tell you. He's great about washing them, but putting them up, it really doesn't usually make it that far. He's been this way since we first got together. So now he will put his clothes up if I do them for it. If I do the laundry for him, that's the first thing he will do when he comes in and sees them ready to go. He will put them right up. But if he does his own laundry, nope. I don't know what the deal is with that. And it's super sweet. I'm not complaining. So what I did in this case was I just put them all in hangers and put them over in a place for him to put them up. And sure enough, he knew that he washed them, but he did put them up because I placed them over there for him, which is super sweet because he'll tell you, he's like, I'd be a jerk if you did my laundry and I didn't at least go put them up. So, but that's what we did here. And I do, even though I don't even know if anyone's ever made a comment, but I would hope nobody ever did. And I know all of y'all know how we work with chores and stuff. Even though I don't live here, I did make some of this mess. I don't ever mind doing this stuff for him because after I finished cleaning this, we actually went over to my trailer and he did some work on the roof. Well, he checked and made sure everything was on there. And they went to go set up this TV for me that I had bought on a Sam's sale day. Ugh. I know, and as I say this and I complain about it out loud, I realize how spoiled it sounds. So Sam's Club does this thing online every now and then where they'll do like doorbuster sales or something, and they every once in a while do these online sales where they're only good for like 2 days. This one I think it's still going on, but they had a TV, and I wanted a little bit bigger TV for my bedroom, and they had one on sale because. All right, let me backtrack. Joe needs a TV he doesn't need a TV for his bedroom, but I wanted him to have one for his room. His doesn't work anymore, so I didn't just go out and buy a new TV. What I did, I did, but let me explain why. I gave Joe my TV that was in my bedroom, and Sam's had a sale that I'd been waiting for on a 50-inch TV that was on sale for $198. However, you had to buy it online. You couldn't go to the store and pick it up. If you went to the store and picked it up, it was like $70 more. So I ordered it online. They shipped it to the house. I had it shipped to Jeremy's house. So we go out there, we take the TV out. Actually, after I film this, he's going to set it up, and there's a huge, it's busted in the middle of it. And then we look at the box, and it had happened in shipping. Okay, so stuff happens, whatnot. I can't return it to the store and exchange it because I bought it online. I can take it to the store and return it, maybe. I called, couldn't get a hold of it. So I had to print off a label from FedEx and take it. And I guess FedExes up here aren't as common. So I had to drive 30 minutes away to take it to a place that would take the TV to return it, to ship it back. And then I had to wait like 8 days. I'll have to wait like 8 or 9 days to get refunded to my card. So it's all first world problems. I realized that. Boo-hoo-hoo. I had to take my TV back. I'll get my money back for it. And I had to do a little bit extra driving, but it really did irritate me. And even now, as I say it again, I still feel like I'm spoiled, but that's what we were doing. I'm saying it because that was on our agenda for that evening. So that stuff I'm piled over there were just clothes and my crochet and my computer for my school and stuff because I stayed for a couple days. I had some appointments and stuff in town on my day off, and it was just nice to spend, a couple days at Jeremy's house. So that's what we're doing. And I was just putting stuff back in order. So one of the things I don't do, and I quit doing when we were still living together, he has a nest over there on the side of his bed. And I used to tidy it up and have him sort through the stuff. And now I don't do that anymore. I quit doing that years ago. But I'm still bad to do a little nest on my side too. I planned on mopping all of his floors, and I may still do that, but you will not see that in this video. Okay, so if this room looks familiar, if this mess looks familiar, you guys will remember a couple months back, I did clean this room, and I did stack everything up. Now, what happened was Jeremy has a Roomba, and when he was first getting it set up, it went in here and managed to knock all of these plates and everything out of the way, and it just never got picked up. So this room is a little, it's a, I'm not gonna say confusing, but it is a collaboration of mess. Most of the stuff that you see on this couch in that closet was stuff that I had made a mess of. I'm not gonna say I made a mess of, but that I was responsible for when I lived here. Just stuff of the kids. Jeremy, this is it is some of his stuff, but he didn't put it back here. Anyway, I feel responsible for going through this stuff because it was things that I kept that he would have gladly gotten rid of, or like he probably would have never bought in the first place. If you guys have been here since the beginning, you know that I have made a lot of progress, especially in this closet. When we first moved in here, this whole room was full of junk. That closet was crying, and when you would open it, like you literally had to peel stuff, like take it out from the beginning to the end. Now, so what's on this couch? This was stuff that I did go through last time, and it was ready to be donated, and I had taken to the living room, and it was supposed to make its way to the Salvation Army or to wherever we were going to donate it. My daughter thought she was doing Jeremy a favor, had no idea what was going on, and took all the stuff back here to the back room, and that's why it ended up back here. I don't know how it ended up like all in a mess like this on top of here. It may have been the dog, it may have been somebody going through stuff. So anyway, what we did differently in this case is Jeremy and I went out there, I got a big trash bag, I threw a bunch of stuff away, and then he took the stuff that was donated straight outside to the cars. So it will go to the donation center. This stuff though, it's the last bit. It's 12 years actually of stuff. 3 households combined down to 1. So it's like, why don't you just clean it all up in one go? And I used to do that. As much as I want that to be the easy way to do things, it just doesn't work that way. Like I do have to take my time with going through, and I have seen the progress over time. Now, like in the moment, no, it doesn't feel like I've made a lot of progress. But when I watch my older videos and I see this room, and then I think about when, even before I did YouTube and we lived at our first little house together, I have made, and I'd say I'm not bragging, but I am bragging because I'm really proud of how far I've come with keeping stuff. And especially as a mom, and as a mom who does have tendencies to hoard, I have made a ton of progress. I've gotten to where I can throw stuff away. I've gotten to where I won't even keep it in the beginning. I don't bring things into the house. That's the biggest thing. Okay, so where we're at now, this is the yard work I was telling you about that Jeremy was doing. So after the tornado hit, there was a ton of debris. The privacy fence was destroyed, which, it was falling apart anyway to begin with. It needed to be replaced when we first moved in there. Then he had some trees cut down, but he didn't have the stuff hauled off just because it wasn't really in the cards. So there has been a lot of debris, and there hasn't been time to get to any of it. He has to work. I have to work. The kids help out as much as they can, but there's just a lot of stuff that really, honestly, he needs a team of people to come do. So he's been trying to chip away at it. But this is just a little bit of the stuff that he's done. And this was, I think about a week or so ago. But he used he's using that little electric saw. And you guys, I don't benefit anything at all from like bragging about this thing. So I promise you it is sincere. And he's not usually impressed with little things like this, but that's what he was saying. He's like, I don't think I would have bought it to begin with. He's like, but now that I've seen how it is, I definitely would. Just because he's not a real big fan of the battery operated tools. He likes everything usually gas powered. And so this, he said it was great. Like it's small, so you don't realize that it's going to do as much. But yeah, he was just kind of getting a bunch of stuff going and burning some shrubs and everything. And he goes, while I am doing this narration, I just got a notification. I dropped that TV off at FedEx today, and somehow they have messed it up and are delivering the TV back to me tomorrow. So now I'm going to have to figure out how to return it. This is just ridiculous. So now I drove 45 minutes today out of my way for no reason. Um, anyway, first world problems. Maybe there's a reason for it. Maybe it kept me from an accident. I don't know. Didn't feel like it though. So I'll just have to laugh about it. I'll laugh about it probably in 2 weeks when it's said and done with. I don't know what kind of tree this is. My neighbors told me a couple times. These are the ones that they're not supposed to grow very tall. Like you're supposed to cut them off before they get or train them. Not the one that you can see right there, but the one that he was cutting that's in the front of the house. That little, I think it's a mimosa tree. The one beside the one he's cutting down. It got struck by lightning a couple years ago. And this thing has grown up this big in just a couple years. And it is my favorite tree. Again, not the one he's cutting, the one beside it. I don't know what half these trees are in my yard. I know that we did have a weeping willow, but it got destroyed by the tornado. But everything's pretty much replaced now that we had from before. So this yard is it's a lot to take care of. We really didn't take that into account when we first bought this place. We were really just thinking about the mowing and the weed eating, and that alone is a lot. And our son does that, but just the upkeep with all of it. I mean, I think that's something you really just learn as you become an adult, or the further you grow into adulthood. But anyway, so this is almost about the end of the video. This week's was very short. Sorry about that, you guys. I think I'm going to be starting on putting some furniture and stuff together next week for Joe's room, getting it ready for back to school because I've put it off way too long. But I hope wherever you guys are at, you're having a blessed one. I love y'all so much, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.